Hi, everybody. Coach Keith Mondillo here. I spent over 30 years coaching at the college level. And if there's one thing I can tell you without hesitation, it's this. Too many families are going about recruiting backward. They get excited about a school logo, they fall in love with a gym or a jersey, and then they send out emails, make highlight videos, fill out questionnaires without ever asking the right question. Is there even a spot for me on the team? Well, today I'm going to show you how to evaluate a college roster like a coach. This one skill alone could save you years of wasting energy and turning your recruiting plan into a real strategy. Now, I just got back with my family from the Walt Disney World Resort. Not exactly your typical place to think about college recruiting, right? But walking through those parks, I noticed something very powerful. Every detail was designed on purpose. Nothing was left to chance, from how you enter a ride to how long you wait in line. They engineer the experience to make it memorable. And I thought, that's how your recruiting journey should be: engineered, intentional, and strategic. Because here's the hard truth: hope is not a plan. You can't just hope a coach finds you. You've got to design the process. And it starts with how you study a team's roster. And so, what coaches look for in a roster? Let's pull back the curtain just for a second. When I sit down with my staff at the end of the year and build my roster out as a college coach, here's what I look for: who's graduating? Where are the weak spots on our roster? Do we need a leader, a shooter, a post player, a defensive stopper? Do we need maturity from a transfer? Or can we develop a high school senior over the next 3 to 4 years? That's the coaching mindset. And if you want to get recruited, you need to start thinking the same exact way. Let's walk through the key things you should be looking for when you open up a college team's roster online. First, the graduation year. Start by seeing how many seniors are on the team, especially at your position. If there are 3 upperclassmen ahead of you and none of them are graduating soon, that's a red flag. It might not be your year. Second is the position breakdown. Coaches rarely list positions anymore, but you can still figure it out looking at height, weight, and bios. If they got 5 players between 5'10" and 6 foot who are all similar sizes, guess what? They're probably point guards, and that's probably your spot. Third, where are they from? This one matters more than you think. Does the program bring in mostly local athletes, out of state kids, transfers, JUCO players? If 80% of their roster is from a state or region and you're across the country, well, that comes into play, and that really matters. Fourth, physical profile. Look at the size and skill. If the team's guards are all 6'2", long, and you're 5'10", scrappy, you might not be their type. Even if you're talented, you need to match the prototype. How they replace players. Do they replace seniors with freshmen, or do they lean on the transfer portal? If a team brought in 3 transfers last year and 0 high school seniors, well, that tells you something loud and clear. Before we even go into other areas of evaluating a roster, understanding how coaches recruit. And sometimes, most of the times, high school seniors are not first in line. This is the order most college coaches, and it doesn't matter the sport. It could be field hockey, it could be basketball, it could be volleyball. First and foremost, coaches always recruit their current players. Well, with the transfer portal, coaches at the end of each season re-recruit the players they want back, and they re-recruit the players they want to continue to play in their program. That's first and foremost. Second, transfers. They're older, proven, and they can usually contribute immediately. There are thousands of players that are in the portal as we speak. Many of them have no home to go to at this point in time, but some do. Third are junior college players. They've competed at the college level for a year or two. They're probably a lot more mature than a high school senior, and they're usually on a college coach's radar screen. And then last are high school seniors. And unless you're an elite player, a Power 4 conference recruit, or you fill a specific need, you're probably going to get overlooked if you don't have a plan. And I say this to you not to discourage you. I'm just telling you this so you can get smart and strategic and develop a plan. So some action steps for you to evaluate a roster. Now, now that you know how to look at a roster, what do you do with that information? Here's a 5-step action plan I use with families that I coach. Number 1, create a target list based on reality. Don't pick schools because you like their colors, their gym, whatever frivolous thing that you might think is important. Pick schools where there's space for your position. And I mean in the next year or two. Number 2, do your homework on trends. Look at least 3 years of recruiting classes. Are they consistent? Do they recruit high school kids, or are they loaded up with transfers? Number 3, reach out with insight. When you email a coach, say something like, "Coach, I noticed you're graduating 2 power forwards next season. I'd love to talk about the opportunity and how I could help fill that gap." You just moved to the top of that coach's inbox with that line. Number 4, match their style. Watch some game film. Do they run? Do they walk it up the floor? How slow or fast do they play? Are they physical? Are they finesse? Make sure your skill set fits what they do. Number 5, always track and adjust, say quarterly. Recruiting is dynamic. Update your target list every 90 days based on coaching changes, player transfers, and any new openings. And so why does this matter? Let me tell you something most people don't want to hear. You can be a great player and still not get recruited. Why? Because you're aiming at the wrong target. When you align your talent with opportunity and you approach coaches with intel instead of generic emails, you flip the script. You stop hoping for a chance and start creating one. Always look at the level that's appropriate for you. So even though we really didn't talk about it in this video, self-evaluation is so important. So what to do next? If you want more help on this, especially if you're a parent, I break it all down in the Parents Recruiting Survival Guide. It's a short read. It costs less than $20, and it lays out exactly how to evaluate contact and build a real plan. I've helped hundreds of families go from confused to confident, and I believe I can do the same for your family. You can get it right now at keithmondillo.com, or just click the link below that I added in the description. As we wrap up, from a coach to a family, I want to end with this. I've coached at the college level for over 30 years. I've sat in thousands of recruiting meetings, whether it was from my team, the head coaches that I serve as their athletic director to. I've built rosters from scratch, and I've passed on great kids because the timing, the fit, or the need just wasn't there. But when a kid comes along who did their homework, who shows they understand the team culture and the gap they can fill, they get noticed. That's who you want to be. If this video helps, give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more. Tell me what position you play, and let's find the right fit for you. Because this isn't just about getting recruited. It's about taking control of the recruiting process and taking control of your journey. Before you go, this weekend only, I'm bundling all 5 of my recruiting guides together just for $97. That's every strategy, every checklist, every proven tip I've used with families for 30 years, all in one powerful bundle. It usually goes for just under $200. Today, it's just under $100, and it's only for Memorial Day weekend only. And if you've been waiting for the right time to take this seriously, this is it. Click the link below and grab the Recruiting Jumpstart bundle before it's gone. Let's build your plan together. And while you're at it, watch this next video right here. Talk about how to stand out at AAU tournaments and club tournaments. Take care. I look forward to working with you in the future, and have a great holiday weekend.